Without hesitation, she stopped, ran across the court, because some moments are bigger than training, bigger than routine. What followed spread everywhere, every angle, every phone, capturing the embrace, the reveal, the shock rippling through the crowd. And still, the mystery lingered, the identity debated, fueling millions of views. Yet somehow, the most powerful moment came from somewhere quieter. In that same crowd stood a young woman holding a sign that read, 48 hours, 3 trains, 1 dream. Her eyes filled with emotion, her hands trembling, but her smile unbreakable. Eala noticed, stopped again, because this wasn't just another fan, this was something deeper. She walked over, asked security to let her through, and in that moment, everything slowed. "You waited 48 hours?" she asked softly. The answer came in tears. What followed wasn't for cameras, it wasn't for headlines, it was real. A shirt, an embrace, a connection that turned into something unforgettable. The crowd didn't cheer, it erupted, because what they witnessed wasn't hype, it was meaning. And within hours, it was everywhere. Millions watching not for drama, but for truth. Because behind it was a story of distance, sacrifice, loss, and hope. And when Eala spoke about it later, it showed. This wasn't just tennis anymore. It was about people, about impact, about moments that stay. And that's what Stuttgart revealed. Not just highlights, not just noise, but transformation. On clay, in motion, in growth. Practice sessions turning into statements. Rallies turning into proof. Every exchange showing a player no longer chasing the moment, but stepping into it. And when she stood there after victory, facing a sea of flags, hearing chants that refused to stop, she didn't walk away. She stepped forward, took the microphone, and turned it into something unforgettable. Laben. The crowd answered, louder, stronger, again, until it became a heartbeat filling the entire arena. For a few minutes, it wasn't Germany anymore. It felt like Manila. It felt like home. And that was the difference. This wasn't just a win. It was a connection that spread across the world. Because Alex Eala isn't just playing anymore. She's becoming something bigger, a movement. And now, with the next challenge waiting, the question isn't what happens next. It's whether anything can stop what has already begun. The cameras inside the Porsche arena were already rolling, but what they captured, even seasoned tennis insiders didn't see coming. Alex Eala had already made headlines, first with her historic win over Leylah Fernandez, then with that unforgettable moment where she handed her shirt into a sea of Filipino fans. But what surfaced next felt different, louder, almost unreal. The footage now exploding across social media doesn't just tell a story. It pulls you into something shifting in real time. From the second she stepped off the practice court, surrounded by a wall of flags and chants that refused to quiet down, to warm-ups so sharp and aggressive that even opponents stopped mid-routine just to watch. And then there was the fan, waiting 48 hours for a glimpse, turning a simple exchange into something deeply human. This wasn't just another tournament day. It felt like the beginning of something undeniable. Was it her intensity, or the full force of the Eala effect finally erupting on European soil? Or maybe the electricity of a Stuttgart crowd witnessing something they had never seen before? Whatever it was, one truth stood above everything else. Alex Eala was no longer just rising. She had become the moment. And then everything escalated. The instant she stepped onto the practice court, the outside world seemed to pause. Traffic slowed. People followed the sound. Because what echoed through the streets wasn't noise. It was a roar, building into something impossible to ignore. Thousands had gathered before she even arrived. Flags raised, voices locked together, chanting her name like it meant something far beyond tennis. This wasn't support. This was identity. A movement carried by a 20-year-old from Manila turning Germany into something that felt like home. And somehow, it didn't stop there. The chant didn't fade, it grew, wave after wave rolling through Stuttgart, clips flooding timelines not just showing support, but revealing scale, the kind that doesn't belong to a practice court. Because that's what changed everything. The moment she stepped out, the environment transformed completely. Barriers packed tight, phones lifted high, every movement captured like it mattered, because to them, it did. Security expected a crowd, but not this. Not something overflowing, pressing, alive with thousands moving as one. Then came the moment that flipped everything. No music, no signal, just one voice becoming hundreds, then thousands. Eala, Eala, Eala. A chant so raw and perfectly in sync, it shook the entire arena. It didn't just echo, it thundered, loud enough to interrupt center court itself. Players paused, umpires glanced up, because suddenly the biggest stage wasn't where it was supposed to be. It was here, and everyone felt it. But even that wasn't the peak, because hidden in the stands sat a figure no one expected. Quiet, almost invisible, yet carrying a presence that shifted the entire energy of the space. Cameras caught it at the perfect second. Mid-rally, Eala looked up, froze. Everything else disappeared. Recognition hit instantly.